back to another Plasticon review. Today we're going to cover what I like to call the Happy Meal Tomy robots, also known as Commandrons. Here is the UFO, and he is really cool. These used to come in Happy Meal toys when I was a kid, and they were also found on blister cards in toy stores during the 80s as well. If you notice, it's a bit of a kind of an off-white color, and it's really neat. It's got a lot of detail, and it's got these nice little G stickers on here, which I don't know if it's a G sticker or if it's a C, because it looks more like a C, because considering they call these Commandrons. And they're really cool little toys. This one, you just pull him back, and he'll go. And go forever, it sounds like. He does have quite a range. He's got little wheels here on the bottom, and this little white piece here sticking out. This right here actually keeps it from going whenever you push in on it. So if you wanted to put him down in his robot mode, which I'll show you, that's how you engage this. It's got a lot of cool detail. Even the cockpit portion here is a translucent, and you can't really tell if there's anything going on in the cockpit portion on this one. I know the little spaceship version that I'm going to show you here in a minute has that as well, and it's very cool. I do like the fact that it's just kind of mysterious. You don't know where this is from, and I personally am one of these kind of people. I really think this is like an extension of like crazy Diaclones. Some people like to call these GoBots. These aren't really GoBots, but I mean, you can almost see an Autobot arc out of this thing, I guess, the way this thing's shaped. I don't know, it's really neat. Some people will see, like, you know, if you extended like a little thing here, it looked like the Millennium Falcon. Like, I don't know. I just love this thing. I don't really care where it's from. It fits in very good with like any type of toy line that you guys collect out there. If you're really into like small transforming robots, this is probably one of the better lines to get into, because they're inexpensive, they're fun to play with, and I mean, they go very well hand in hand. Here's a G2 Bumblebee with him, just to kind of give you guys a bit of a scale of how big he is. He's got a little bit of width to him. He's not very long, but he does have the width. I mean, that'd be kind of cool if you can just like, oh, you can carry him around like this. I find that funny. But let's go ahead and get into his transformation. These things really bring back that whole McDonald's feel back in the day when McDonald's gave you quality toys like a Hot Wheel or an actual Lego set. Not just a plastic figure that has like two arms that move or whatever. This is a Happy Meal toy. This is amazing, because this right here would actually get played with even in the schoolyards after mom's already took you to McDonald's, you know, like, oh cool, look at this little robot I got. Nowadays it's like, it just ends up in somebody's like backseat and is forgotten about for, you know, whatever, however long nowadays. It's just how that works. Toys aren't made the way they used to be, but, you know, I understand demographics, stuff like that. I'll get into that at a later date on a different video, talking about the toy industry itself. But this is a really cool little toy. So he's got a silly easy like transformation. All you pretty much do is take these little parts here and you'll swing them around. And when you do this, you're going to want to swing out the center claw. And there you go. You have one arm. And you just swing this back around and do the same on this side. And then you'll lift up his little head and you just boop, just like that. And look how retro funny looking that face is. If that isn't like a GoBot vibe, I don't know what is, and I love it. I love every bit of how dumb that looks. Now, if you want to, you can flip this around and say, oh, there's his alternative face. which I'm sorry, I'm into this. I think this is amazing that you're able to do this with this toy. This toy literally has a face thing that you can flip back and forth, or you can just hide it. It would have been funny if the sticker was right here, and then you did this and it had like some other kind of like face, and then did this. You know, like Manny faces would have 3 faces. If you guys don't know, I'm into He-Man as well. That'd be awesome. He does have a little bit of articulation, or he can hug you if he wanted to, or strangle you. I love the fact that he actually has some kind of arm articulation. This is probably one of the more solid ones out of the line, because there's 4 of them in general. I only had 2 of them, and I only got the 2 that I really wanted. But what's cool about this thing is you hold this little button here in, and just wind up the wheels, and then set him down. Oh, I think I did it the wrong way. Yep, I did. Let's just wind him up, and then I'll let him go. It's a little, over the years, let me do it this way. It's funny, because you can literally just wind him up like this. And then flip his arms forward. There we go. He's coming after you. He's going to get you. I mean, Optimus here may be a little intimidated. He's going to knock over Optimus. Maybe not. I don't know. When he starts winding down, though, he starts losing a little bit of his momentum. But you guys notice, these guys walk, and that is like the coolest thing in the world. Like, this is the type of toy that puts a smile on my face, and this is the type of toy you would give to a kid that was 3, 4, 5, even 10 years old would love this toy. This is the style of toys that we really should see a comeback in this day and age. Instead of one-step changers, give us a toy that has a simple transformation but an awesome gimmick just like that. Just a little bit of gearing. Now, let's take a look at the other one I have. And let's take a look at this guy. This guy looks more like a starfighter, which I really like. I'm into the ones that look like sci-fi vehicles that will fit into my Diaclone, that will fit in with my robots. I'm not really into the Jetfire. Like, there's a jet fighter that's supposed to be a F-15, and then there's one that's supposed to be like a Daytona racer. I really didn't like those two as much as I like these. For some reason, these resonated with me a lot. Now, if you notice, the detail on this thing is absolutely nuts. They did not have to go this far at all. And this is, you know, these Commandrons are amazing little toys. They really are. They're far beyond what they should be, and they're just so cool. And there's a reason these were actually sold on pegs in stores, because they were that good. Even the back of this thing has some detail. You can see where the little feet kind of stick out. But it's very cool. It's even got a whole lot of detail on the underside of it, and, you know, nice little sticker placement as well. And this guy does pull back just as well like the other one does. And he goes. Like, these guys go. They don't mess around. And that's what I love about these toys. They just, like, these mechanisms, as old as they are, they still work really well. And that's one thing I want to really push on people nowadays. Find those toys that are a lasting thing that will last years and years. This thing probably ended up in several kids' bins before and ended up in my possession. That's just how it goes. Now, I know the chrome is all kind of beat up on the front of it, but that's just part of the charm to me. I don't mind when I have a vehicle that's kind of wabby-sabby and beat up a little bit, because it just shows that things have gone through some battle damage. But if you notice, I don't know how well it's coming off, but you can see there's a tiny little seat on the inside of this one, which is awesome, because you can think, oh, a Zoid driver could possibly fit in there. You know, I mean, it's one of those things that if you customizers out there want to go ape, these are the things you can go crazy with, because you can do all different kinds of stuff with these kind of toys. But he does have a very, very simple transformation, and this thing is hilarious. It just makes me giggle every time I see this thing in its robot mode. It is just the funniest thing ever. But let's show you a gimmick I've come up with before I actually put him in robot mode. And that's the fact that he has these little parts here that will fold out. And it looks like he has a couple of eyeballs, right? Well, I like to pull these out and think, oh look, now we have a space crab. He is a little space crab. And I love it. It's amazing. He's got little claws, and these claws open. Like, they open really wide, which is nice. Because then if you really wanted him to, he could, you know, hold any type of thing. I just happen to have just like a little SD card here to put in his hand. But I mean, he can hang on to stuff, which is cool. You know? Tell me that isn't neat that a toy can actually do that. That's this old. Now these, I do see sometimes in the aftermarket where these right here may be chipped or broken off, but that doesn't really happen that often, especially when kids tend to just keep them like this. And he's got a very simple transformation. Like I said, you stand him up, spin him around, move his head down, and then open the little claws, just like so. And there you go. Crab monster. And this thing, hilarious when it's walking. Hilarious. Love it. It's so funny when this one's walking. I just love it. It's so funny. He's just like... Tell me you're not getting a Zoidberg vibe here. If you're not getting a Zoidberg vibe, you're not doing it right. You're just not doing it right. And I love it. And the fact that you can hold this little thing down and just spin this up and then let him go. And it's funny, he just kind of walks in a circle. It's probably because his mechanism is that old, but that's okay. He's still hilarious that he does this. And that's the one thing I really want to show you guys. These guys are really, really, really cool little dudes, and I think they look good together. Now, could they have been different colored other than kind of a off-white with a red and blue? Yeah, of course they could have been, but you know, honestly, I think this kind of brings a little bit of the simplicity into these toys and really shows what you can do out there with sometimes the most simple things. Yeah, he doesn't have a face sticker. I mean, he's got a sticker on his chest, but I mean, come on, that's enough of a face. He's got this big old mono eye, and maybe these are like his, I don't know, maybe his mouth, or maybe these are his eyes and that's his forehead. And this little crease here might be his mouth. I don't know. It's funny. And come up with your own, like, lore behind these guys. They're awesome. They're literally some of the coolest little things that have ever come out. So, hope you guys enjoyed this review. You guys like, share, subscribe, and I will have plenty more coming your way. I do have YouTube membership and Patreon, so feel free to chime in on that and help back the channel. This has been Plasticon. This is me, signing off. Peace out, y'all. See you around. That's it for now. Bye.